What you are about to see are stories from Bangladesh and Italy, which will remind you of the familiar story of Sleeping Beauty. Each tale involves a beautiful princess cursed to fall into a death-like sleep, from which only a kiss can awaken her.
Once upon a time, there was a young prince of India who set out to have a great adventure. He was gone for many years and saw many wonderful things. He climbed the highest mountain and swam a mighty river. But when he tried to cross a burning desert, he became hopelessly lost. He wandered in the desert for days. Then, just as he was about to give up hope, he saw before him a magnificent palace. The prince hurried to the gates of the palace and was about to enter when suddenly a demon appeared and barred his way. In its hand, the demon held a golden staff. The prince was too tired and thirsty to be frightened by a demon. The prince so scared the demon that the demon dropped the golden staff and disappeared. When the prince touched the golden staff, his strength returned, and he no longer felt hungry or thirsty. As soon as the prince stepped through the gate, he knew that the palace was under an evil spell. All the people and all the animals were frozen into stone statues. Even the Maharaja, sitting on his throne, surrounded by his royal court. Now, at the center of the palace was a tower. And high in the tower, the prince found a princess lying on a bed of golden lotuses. Even in stone, she was beautiful. So beautiful that the prince fell in love with her. Then he remembered the golden staff. Quickly, he touched the princess and brought her back to life. And when the prince kissed her, the whole palace awoke. The desert changed into a rich green forest, and flowers bloomed everywhere. The Maharaja was so happy to see his daughter again that he held a great banquet to honor the young prince of India. During the banquet, he told the prince what had happened.
Many years ago, a demon touched my daughter with the golden staff and cast an evil spell upon this kingdom. But you, brave prince, by your courage and your love, have broken that spell and returned us to life. All hail the hero who saved our kingdom!
Then the Maharaja gave the prince his daughter's hand in marriage. But there was no rejoicing in the land of the prince. The whole kingdom was in ruins. He had been gone so long that his parents thought he was dead. His mother, the queen, had become sick with grief. His father, the king, nearly blind from weeping. But then, one day, the long-lost prince returned with his new bride. The king and queen rushed to embrace their son. When he saw how they had grieved for him, the prince took out the golden staff. He touched his father, and instantly the king regained his sight. Then he touched his mother, and the queen regained her health. Sickness and sadness had been banished from the prince's kingdom, and everyone lived happier and healthier ever after.
Sun, Moon, and Talia features a twist on the Sleeping Beauty tale. Talia is already married to her prince and the mother of Sun and Moon when she pricks her finger and falls asleep, and her dog, not her prince, awakens her from her death-like trance.
It started with a prophecy. The king and queen had a baby girl, who they named Talia. The king asked the most powerful wizards in his kingdom to predict his baby's future.
You tell him. not me. It's his turn.
No, I told him last time.
Your Highness, we see danger.
Mortal danger.
Someday, the princess will prick her finger on a spinning wheel and fall into a deep, death-like sleep.
No!
Frightened by this prophecy, the king immediately banned all spinning wheels from his kingdom. And the king's faithful dog, Leonardo, took it upon himself to be Talia's personal guardian. As the years went by, Talia grew up, married a prince, and had twin babies of her own, a boy named Sun and a girl named Moon. Talia was very happy. Then one day, Talia met a strange old woman with a spinning wheel.
Someday, the princess will prick her finger on a spinning wheel.
Oh!
And fall into a deep, death-like sleep.
The long-forgotten prophecy had been fulfilled. The prince was so stricken with grief that he built an entire castle for Talia. And there, in royal splendor, she slept. Time passed, and the prince grew lonely. Finally, he agreed to marry a woman named Francesca. But Francesca was a mean and jealous woman who hated everything the prince loved. His children, his dog, but especially any memory of Talia.
Huh?
Now, every day, the prince would take Leonardo and go hunting in the woods. Or so he told Francesca. But Francesca did not believe the prince, and one day sent out spies to follow him. This only confirmed what Francesca already suspected, that the prince never really went hunting. He simply went to visit Talia.
I knew it.
Francesca was furious. Grabbing little Sun and little Moon, Francesca shoved the frightened children into a big royal basket and hurried to the royal kitchen, where she ordered the royal cook to take the children to the marketplace and to sell them to the highest bidder. Meanwhile, the prince and Leonardo were paying their respects to the sleeping princess, when suddenly, Leonardo dislodged the wooden splinter.
Talia, Talia, my darling, you're alive, alive!
Of course I'm alive, silly. I always take a nap in the afternoon. Although today, I feel like I've been asleep for a year.
At first, Talia wouldn't believe what had happened to her. But then she and the prince met Francesca on the road. If it hadn't been so serious, it would have been a very funny sight. The royal cook, still carrying the royal babes in the royal basket, was running for his life, while Francesca, screaming frightfully, chased him with a royal rolling pin.
Mercy! Mercy, Your Highness! Save me from that mad woman!
Oh, my babies!
Fearing for the children, Leonardo leapt into action. The prince was so shocked by Francesca's evil plan that he banished her from his kingdom forever. Then, the prince and Talia, with little Sun and little Moon, began their life anew, and they lived happily ever after.